Our Chardonnay grows at the top of the hill, so it gets these beautiful sea breezes that come up the valley. And because of that, we're getting these lovely salinity through the wine. The Chardonnay vines are still quite young, and we're still evolving with how we're growing those vines. So we're working on the soils continuously in the vineyards. The biodiversity is very, very important to what we're trying to achieve here at Brick Bay. I feel like we're evolving very nicely with the land up there, and I'm really interested to see how this 1920 and so on vintages are going to come out, because it's an exciting time.
Well, of course, it's a developing story, because our first vintage was 2016, so it's really the start of a story for us, and it's a very small story because we don't have a great deal planted. But it is, yeah, I do think of it a little bit of it as our small taonga, because it's a little treasure up there, and we know we can produce beautiful fruit, and we know we've got an absolute Chardonnay master in our winemaker James Rowan. I mean, he is just a wizard when it comes to Chardonnay. He's renowned for it. And so we're very lucky that we've got James as our winemaker, and we've got this beautiful parcel of fruit, which may produce anything from 60 dozen in a vintage up to maybe 120 max.
I've got this little saying, wine like life is about texture, and every day is different. I love the cycle of what we do. You know, as soon as vintage is over, vintage starts again a year later. And you know, the vines will sleep and then they'll wake up again, and we're no different. Any of the Brick Bay fruit comes in, we taste it, we go, oh, that's Brick Bay. And it truly is. And with all the other wines that we make, you go, oh, that's the Brick Bay. But then my father, I was doing a Chardonnay tasting with my father a few years back, and they're all blind, and he said, oh, you made those two. And I went, what? And I pulled the socks off, and I went, oh yeah, I did. And one was from Marlborough and one was from Auckland. But there's a little handprint that goes on there as well. So you've got the handprint of the vineyard, you've got the handprint of the people who manage the vineyard, and then you've got the handprint of the winery team. First Chardonnay we made for Brick Bay, you're going, okay, what do we do? And there's a bit of a style guide. What we've seen is every year it's evolved in quite a nice sort of path, and you sort of, every year the vines are getting older. Well, we're getting older as well. Might have something to do with it, but yeah, I just love it. I love seeing the evolution.
Well, if you're looking for a big blockbuster Chardonnay, one of those really buttery, toasty, oaky numbers, high alcohol, you won't find it with our Chardonnays. Nor will you find the real Chablis type Chardonnay that are really bony and taut and mineral. But we like to feel we're a bit of both, really. It's like all our wines at Brick Bay. We're trying to produce something that is balanced and harmonious, with not one thing jumping out and dominating another aspect of it. The Chardonnays we produce here do have a strong streak of minerality to them. There's always citrus in there, but there are lovely florals too. Progressively, Chardonnay is becoming my choice of white wine. And I think the main thing is that every year, because the vines are older and the roots are going further and further down into the soil, there is always going to be increased complexity and more layering.